I just gotta turn down the audio of my computer if it's too loud. Ow. Do. Now we wait. Up if anyone is here. Hello. Hey, I am doing something. I don't know. I'm okay. Bluey's getting a movie? That's cool. This is the first time I've heard of it, though. Hi. I'm doing something. Hello. That's strange. I hope life gets better, too. Am I doing okay? To tell you the truth, I don't know how to answer that question. I am as safe as I can be. The doors are all locked. My mental health is something. I've been better. But to be fair, I've also been worse. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why I attract the crazies. We'll be playing Ape Escape the next time, I promise. Am I sick? I've got a bit of a cough as usual. Yeah. That stuff has been building for quite a bit. Yeah. Well, I mean, you know how Valentine's Day is for us asexual people. It's never a fun time. Is this about the books? This is about whatever we want it to be. Good to meet you too. How am I holding up? I'm, holding up. Happy birthday to you. I got drink. I got water. I got a microphone. I am on Ben 10. Technically, I am postponing a stream. This is just an extra stream to, I guess, decompress. I haven't heard from my cyberstalker in years, so I'm assuming not. Ben 10, the original, is okay. As per usual, my opinions are going to be a little bit more complicated. It's not a show without its problems. And I gotta say, the twist in Ben 10 is kind of cute after immediately watching Gravity Falls. I'm okay right at this moment. Oh yeah, Ben 10 has the best theme song of all of the Cartoon Network shows. Thank you. The Panini video was definitely a fun experience. Have you heard of the Smurfs movie trailer? I've heard of Influencer Smurf, and I hate it. Oh yeah, I might have... Well, the Class of 3000 intro that I chose is not the one that plays in the show. I think it was only on the soundtrack. The actual Class of 3000 theme song is like about a minute, when the actual one I put in the list goes on for like 4 minutes. This elephant thing is from Lloyd in Space. A show that I really happened to like, that I thought was okay or whatever as a kid. But Lloyd in Space is actually like one of the smartest cartoons that's ever been on the Disney Channel. If Ben 10 was called the Omnitrix, I don't think anyone would have watched it. Lloyd in Space is a Disney cartoon that ran in like the early 2000s, I think. Yeah, I think it was like right at 2000. Chowder or regular show? That's a good question. I haven't gone through regular show for CN Real yet. I have not heard of them all, no. Burp. I'm not playing a game, so it is very easy for me to ban people this time around, so ha ha ha. Hello. My least favorite art style is minimalism. The worst Ape Escape level is probably Thick Jungle. Secret Mount Fort Awesome, I've actually never seen. We'll be talking about it in CN Real, though. Thank you to both the donations, Media and History. Thank you for the thank you. Did my dad's books mention me by name? He mentioned me on his streams and his videos, which is titled after his books, and his books give enough information to identify me. The Juniper Lee finale, I remember being pretty great. Favorite place to visit in Massachusetts? Your three main places you want to go is Cape Cod, Boston, and Salem. I hear that Martha's Vineyard is also a really good vacation spot, but I've never been. I'm not going to send anyone to his channel. All the usual warnings hold up. When I talk about these people, don't go to talk to these people. Avoid them as much as possible. Like, don't be stupid. Anything you didn't like about the back half of Juniper Lee, that it was the back half, I wish it started that good. With Gravity Falls, you have to watch it in order. It's one of those shows. From the last 3 years, I don't think I've seen much new stuff in the past 3 years. Yes, Gravity Falls is serialized. Favorite Gravity Falls character? I'm probably gonna say Seuss. Like, I don't think that was a joke I made in the last video. Thank you, Alpha Dragon Wolf Warrior. Thank you for the donation. I did not see the Switch 2 trailer. If I am able to get all of the things done, the first one will be Space Ghost Coast to Coast, and I'll be going chronologically. If I don't, the earliest one in the timeline that I've actually covered is Dexter's Lab. Wild Robot is an animated movie. It's not a cartoon, though. Can you review Norm of the North 3rd and 4th films? Probably. If there's enough demand for it. Seuss is spelled S-O-O-S. Space Ghost Coast to Coast is technically... Well, it was created before Adult Swim, so it's not technically an Adult Swim show. The Angry Beavers is much better than Cat Dog. Favorite Ape Escape song? Welcome. The one on the Spectre's castle in space. You are welcome, Gray. What is your favorite Dr. Seuss film adaptation? I don't know. My favorite Spyro game is probably the second one. I don't know anything about where King of the Hill is going. Updates on Growing Around. Because of Kyle, I had to basically make my own separate IP so he can't touch it. CN Real is coming this year regardless if I finish watching them all. If I don't finish all of the cartoons, you'll get what I do have. And it should be, at the very least, enough to cover one of the 2 months. The new series' working title is called Kids Rule. I have never seen Powerpuff Girls Z, but it seems interesting. Poetry collection I am kind of stalling on. I got all of the feelings, all the immediate feelings out. How far does CN Real cover from year to year? The very latest show in the lineup is Tig and Seek. Thank you, Masterpiece. I hope things get better too. How was my relationship with my father? Non-existent before he's decided to start being himself on the internet. Spyro 3 has both the best and the worst moments of the original trilogy. Glad to see you here too, and happy Valentine's Day. I will not be reviewing live-action shows for CN Real now. This image is from a cartoon called Lloyd in Space. You really have to watch Lloyd in Space. Yeah, I heard of that video, Otaku Tech. I'm not entirely sure the full extent of that. What do you think is the worst item from Ocarina of Time? Kinda wish the ice arrows had more of a point. Updates on Star Giant. Nothing that I could say offhand. Thoughts on Emilia Perez? I have not seen the movie, no. Do you watch speedruns? Not really. I watch speedrun history and analysis, though. The only Ape Escape soundtrack I'm familiar with is the first one. I tried to play both the Oracle games, and I hated them. On a scale of 1 to 10, what would you give Chowder Season 3? Season 3 of Chowder, I'd give like a 6 or a 7 out of 10. Opinion on Mystery Science Theater 3000. I have never actually seen it. I have not seen Jesus Christ Superstar. So far, which show for CN Real did you find the hardest to say something about? I Am Weasel. That show is like the most 5 out of 10 nothing show that I have ever seen. Like, not in a bad or a boring way, it's just so okay. Like, it is just entirely serviceable and nothing else. It is like the definition of just a cartoon. Yeah, it's mid. What grade would you give Powerpuff Girls 2016? A 0 out of 10. I Am Weasel might not be the shortest review. There's a couple of miniseries in there. And I don't have much to say about Robotomy either. I like Link's Awakening, the DX version, not the Switch remake. I like that one less. I Am Weasel started as a spin-off segment of Cow and Chicken. It was like a segment within that show before it became its own. The most surprisingly good show from CN Real was Juniper Lee. I think I do have at least a bit to say about Garden Wall or Robot Jones. How are things going today? I'm emotionally tense today. Yes, the CN Real series will cover those shows I will never review. I write the scripts to CN Real after watching the shows. Most surprisingly good show that isn't Juniper Lee. I expected Infinity Train to be good. I didn't expect it to be my favorite cartoon of all time. Thoughts on Hazbin Hotel and Hell of a Boss. Haven't seen either of them enough to judge. Hello. Will you review Teen Titans vs. Justice League? I don't know. Yeah, CN Real is just Nico-Rama, but Cartoon Network. Basically, plain and simple. I don't think there's anything that can make me like Sanjay and Craig. What are your thoughts on Uncle Grandpa now? I've actually been procrastinating on that one. For some reason that I can't comprehend, Uncle Grandpa is actually one of the longest running Cartoon Network originals. There's over 150 episodes of that show. Hello. Crazy Frog is crazy. If Infinity Train is your favorite cartoon of all time, what would your other two favorites be? I don't know. I have a lot more than two favorites. Have you noticed that CN shows last longer than Nick's? Yeah. I definitely noticed that, with some exceptions. What Zelda game do you hate the most? The one that I have the most distaste for is A Link Between Worlds. The background music is It's Raining Somewhere Else from Undertale. Why did you make Nick-O-Rama before CN Real? Because the people who come to this channel are more interested in the Nickelodeon stuff. Also, at the time, back in 2019, Time Warner was being very harsh with copyright. Like, everything Cartoon Network I was doing was getting claimed left and right. Yeah, I hate Link Between Worlds more than Zelda 2. I have not played the Zelda CDI games. Those don't count. The music's more for me than it is for you. The worst thing about Over the Garden Wall is that Episode 9 wasn't Episode 1. Majora's Mask is my favorite Zelda game. Does Clarence still make you uncomfortable? I would say no, because so many other creators have had controversies. Thank you for the donation. Are you going to watch every episode of Teen Titan Go? At some point. I probably have seen every episode. My favorite Infinity Train book is definitely the third one. Because why should Into the Unknown have been Over the Garden Wall's first episode? Because I think it makes the character arcs stronger. Like, being in media res, I think actually hurts the series overall. What show are you currently on for Seeing Real? Ben 10. Why is the third Infinity Train book the best? Because of Hazel. The diamonds of Steven Universe are complicated. Will you be watching The Day the Earth Blew Up, a Looney Tunes movie? I hope so. Do you enjoy French animated series besides Arcane? Yeah, there's a crazy one called Kailu. Not Caillou, but Kaeeloo, and that cartoon is basically crack. You are welcome for the Wish Fart recommendation. You are a troll. Bakalu, thank you for the donation. Do your siblings share the same opinion about your father as you? The ones that don't live with him, I'm assuming don't know about him beyond what I said. You are, thank you, Swamp Willow. Infinity Train is probably at least my favorite animated series, yes. Thank you for the donation. I was always perplexed by your visceral hatred of Buck Cluck. I mean, it's a part of the mystery. That hatred was probably channeled more for my stepfather than my biological father. My favorite kind of cheese is cheddar. Are kitties evil? I hope not. That would be bad news to Mint Kitten. I'm still kind of nervous. Have you watched Arcane? Not yet. I am planning on doing it, though. Can you sell me on Infinity Train? I never watched it. Not off the top of my head. That's what the review is gonna be for. You're gonna have to wait till December for that one. But I mean, it's just simply the best. Do you think it's really a good idea to talk about personal problems on YouTube? Honestly, I think it's kind of like the best of only bad options. There's not much else I can do. Yeah. I do not smoke weed. The elephant is just a random elephant animal thing. It was from an episode about competing pet services. Like, yeah, sometimes I have no choice but to make things public. Like, what exactly are my other options here? Hello, Maddie. I had pets as a young child. There were a lot of pets growing up. Dogs, cats, fish, birds, guinea pigs. We had a ferret once. I like Steven Universe overall, yeah. Yeah, I think I like Infinity Train better than Avatar. What religion do you believe in? Technically speaking, I'm probably a deist. Yeah, I like the ferret. The ferrets don't do much though. What happened to the Rebecca case? Rebecca has been off of the internet, and that's pretty much the best we can hope for. Technically speaking, I don't know if my father has committed a crime that could be prosecuted against me, at least. I have not seen Orion in the Dark. Yeah, Rebecca is definitely still alive. That much I can confirm. Thank you for the donation. Most average movie and show you've seen. Well, I Am Weasel is the most average show that I've seen. Average movie. Honestly, I don't know. I don't think I've seen too many movies that are asleep. Maybe Sword in the Stone? Or Jungle Book? Favorite couple from Gumball? I don't know off the top of my head. Thoughts on Apple and Onion and Tig and Seek? I know nothing about either of those shows. I've heard Apple and Onion is kind of like a regular show skewed at a younger audience, but I legitimately know nothing about either of those two. Hello, Heavenly. Is there anything you don't like about the original Avatar: The Last Airbender? Bato of the Water Tribe. Thank you for the donation. In your opinion, is there a fundamental difference between live action animation hybrid and a live action film that uses a bunch of CGI and VFX? I guess there's a difference, but it's like hard to define. Are you alright? I'm not gonna say yes at a time like this. This is probably some of the most not good I've at least been on stream. At least since the Turning Red incident happened. I believe I'm safe. You know, the doors are locked and stuff. What is it about Planes 2 that truly appalled you? Oh, that's a full review. I am just stressed out. I'm not crying. Yeah, the stream is just for me to calm down, get thoughts out there, and I guess answer any questions about the scenario. If you could have a conversation with a cartoon character, who would it be and why? Iroh from Avatar. 'cause he is wise. Do you think your father is dangerous? I don't know, and that's the issue, isn't it? Do you believe that your housemates would protect you from your father? Probably. Thank you, Bob the Tomato. I have no idea why people are asking political or religion questions. Mr. Enter Associates from most to least evil. That's a good question. Thank you, Phoenix. I will try to be as safe as I can. Have you played Super Mario RPG? Yes, I have. Yeah, I did say that I was a libertarian. I don't really identify as any political faction. I think most people don't fall 100% into anything. Yeah, I miss my mom a lot. Things were simpler back then. Thank you, Party Planner Preston. No, my dad did not die. I'd rather not speak of the security measures that we actually do have. Any thoughts, if at all, about just a robot? Honestly, it's just one of those stories that kind of makes you double take at what the hell is going on. Thank you for the donation, Otaku Tech. Want to elaborate on what you having? I am not going to elaborate about that here. Thoughts on the SaberSpark and Freedom Tunes drama? If you want to have a happy and healthy YouTube career, avoid politics at all costs, even if it's against your side and you think it's easy to mock. Just stay completely away from politics at all costs. Like, it's not worth it. The show on screen is Lloyd in Space. Adult Swim will be covered in later CN Reels if it gets to it. Going political never helps your career unless you go all in and become a political guy 100%. And even then, sometimes it doesn't work. SaberSpark, I think, did a video on quote-unquote anti-woke cartoons. I haven't seen it, so I don't know if what it pertains to. What family members are you still in contact with? Most of them? Oh no, they brought back the monkey radar. Thank you for the donation, Otaku Tech. Undertale route is your favorite gameplay-wise? Probably the neutral route. What's one thing that makes you laugh every time you watch it? Homer Simpson doing the Flintstones theme and then crashing into the cherry tree. The worst episode of SpongeBob that I reviewed is Pet Sitter Pat. I'll have to finish Camp Lazlo at some point. It's just not something I want to tackle immediately. Right, Chestnut Tree. Shows you are afraid to review. I'm kind of concerned about reviewing the Mulan 2020 remake. Thoughts on Bart vs. Thanksgiving? I never really liked that one too much. Camp Lazlo is actually bad. Yeah, I like Chestnut. Reuben is probably my least favorite character from Chowder. Yes, I know that Heifer makes a cameo in Camp Lazlo. Hello, Trixie. I guess that's your shout out. What do you think about How to Train Your Dragon getting a live-action remake? I want to go back in time. Mishki, do you think he'll try to sue for slander? I don't know if he's competent enough to do that. And what I said is not slander. He's also a public figure, technically speaking. So it's very hard to accuse someone of slander if you are a public figure. Hello. Naz's characterization in the Ed, Ed and Eddie movie was pretty interesting. Unfortunately, it came at the cost of flanderizing Kevin a bit. The worst episode of Camp Lazlo is Hold It, Lazlo. Yeah, I would say so, Maddie. You should have done this stream with a heart monitor. I'm not, like, anxious or panicked or anything like that. It's a duller ache. I like the Lego Simpsons episode. Somebody made a comment here. Take care. Thank you for the happy Valentines. I don't know if drained is the word that I'd use either. It's the feeling you get when you go against trauma. Is there a video game series you've been itching to try, really? I kind of want to try the UFO 50 thing. Thank you for the donation. Thoughts on Phineas and Ferb returning? I feel like the creators of Phineas and Ferb are, like, trapped. Like, doomed to always do Phineas and Ferb for the rest of their lives, and it kinda feels sad. I have not watched all of Braceface. Thank you for the donation. Very much thank you. I just want to say thank you for all the hard work. Thank you very much, James Moyner. I have not played God of War. Do you prefer sour or bitter foods? Sour. Sour. I don't know what to think, Art Style 101. I really don't know what to think. I have not played Shovel Knight or Celeste, but I do own them both. Least favorite thing about Banjo-Kazooie? The swimming. The underwater swimming controls. They are horrendous. And they completely ruin Clanker's Cavern as a level. What's a movie that you think was better than it had any right to be? Mr. Mogorium's Wonder Emporium. I prefer computer games to console games. I have not seen Dogman yet. I will be going to the theaters soon enough. I have not seen Flow from beginning to end. I drink plenty of things besides soda. Right now, I got a lot of water. A lot of water. When are you going to finish Epic, the humorous RPG? I don't know. My favorite cola is Coca-Cola. What if there was a Mr. Enter Iceberg? I'm pretty sure it exists. The Elephant is from Lloyd in Space. It's a cool show, you gotta watch it. Thoughts on LS Mark mentioning you in his videos? I'm not too sure. I think it's been a while since you last mentioned me. I probably need the context. Dr. Pepper's not a cola. Dr. Pepper isn't a cola. It's a different kind of soda altogether. Thank you, Dr. Theo. This is gonna sound weird, but hearing all the stuff you had to go through, it kind of inspiration. I do believe that, yes, it is inspirational. Stop saying Dr. Pepper is a cola. It's not a cola. I mean, it's a dark soda, but that's like calling root beer cola. It's a unique formulation that's not like Coke or Pepsi. How do you cope with everything that you've been through? Honestly, I have no idea. I kind of feel like right now I'm at a tipping point. Just putting it out there. But to put it seriously, in times when I get very emotionally intense, I kind of engage in music therapy. I used to have a therapist. Long time ago at this point, pre-pandemic. But I stopped seeing the therapist because at the time, all of my issues were more or less resolved. And even today, I still have the techniques that I need. I don't know, but I like talking about soda. It's not traumatic to talk about soda. Maybe that's what we'll do next time. We'll talk about soda the whole time. Gonna talk about all the flavors. Yeah, the soda tier list. Ginger ale is F tier soda. Sprite's okay. I'll give Sprite a B tier. The worst soda? Probably the spicy flavor of Mountain Dew. For some godforsaken reason, Mountain Dew released a hot and spicy version a while back. I'd give Pepsi a B tier. No, I know the worst flavor of soda. The worst flavor of soda is pineapple soda. I don't know why pineapple soda exists, and I don't think I've ever seen anyone else try and drink it. But yeah, as for hot and spicy Mountain Dew, who wants to drink a spicy soda? Yes, pineapple soda exists, and you can probably find it in like a big grocery store. Honestly, it might be like the third most common fruit flavor after grape and orange. Thank you, Jojo. Yeah, Fanta has the pineapple flavor. Just pull up a soda tier list and do it on stream. It sounds fun. Thank you, Sarah. If that's what you guys want, we'll do it next time. I'm not in the place to do something like that this time, but I'll definitely put that on the list. We'll get to hear about all of your favorite sodas too. Fanta is probably the best of the fruit flavors. I forget what the episode of Lloyd in Space is called. It's the pet service episode, though. Can you speak German? No. I know only a couple of Polish words. don't think I have seen Let's Go Luna. It'll be fun to revisit regular show again. The one that I'm most dreading going through from beginning to end is probably Powerpuff Girls 2016. Have you finished MLP? No. Pet Wars. Pet Wars is the episode. I don't know why, but I took a bunch of pictures of all of the animals in the episode, including the snail giraffe. Johnny Test was overhated. Why'd you choose the screenshot? I don't know. I do things without thinking, without any logical rationale for doing so. I have never had blueberry soda. It's not exactly a common flavor, but it does sound interesting. I can't change the image during the stream, so you'll have to watch the episode yourself. Lloyd in Space Pet Wars is the episode. Lloyd in Space is a cool show. That's what's with the Chewbacca elephant. I dropped my ring. I don't really do diet sodas. And if you're wondering, this actually is a sunstone ring that I have. The first animation I saw on the internet was probably the banana phone one. I've never seen Growing Up Creepy. I don't know who the creator of Powerpuff Girls 2016 overall is, but I know at the very least Julia Vickerman had a part in it. The last animation I saw on the internet was the new Ed's World short where Tom changes a light bulb. Are you an S donor? I don't know what that is. Thank you for the donation, though. Any thoughts on Kanye West's Twitter meltdown? The guy needs to take his meds. Yeah, well, let's not answer the question. No, Kevin, you are not blocked. I am not a donor, no. That's a bit of a personal question to ask. Did you delete your review of the Powerpuff Girls 2016 computer one? I don't think that I made a video review of Viral Spiral. Which CN Real show has been the hardest to make it through every episode of? Probably Problem Solvers? Okay, I think that this stream has been going on long enough, and it's time to start winding down. Yeah, I watched all episodes of The Problem Solvers, unfortunately. I'll, I'll see you guys soon. Things are just a little stressful in my internal world right now. And you get the boot. See you all next time. Next time, I'll probably be a little bit more stable and we'll be doing more interesting things. See you guys all on the next